This film is brought to you by 4-H, America's largest youth development organization, in collaboration with Montana State University and Terrapod.
Hi, my name is Soren. I've lived here in Montana for 11 years now. Practically my whole life. Wait, that is my whole life. Anyway, last weekend my family and I went to Yellowstone National Park, and I saw what a forest looked like 20 years after it's been burned. Everyone around there said it was just a natural part of the forests. Well, in Montana it seems like forests are burning every year somewhere. So I've decided to go to a place that only burned last year and check it out. I've got food and water, maps, and bear spray. I'm gonna keep that handy. I'm also gonna throw in some field guides. Birds, yep. Plants, that'll be a good one. Insects, that might be useful. Amphibians, sure. I think I'm set to go, but I can't forget this. So here I am. This is a burned forest. Instead of being 20 years old like the burn in Yellowstone, this one was only burned about 9 months ago. I can already tell this place is definitely not a wasteland. Just look around. I couldn't help but notice all these wildflowers. I've identified a bunch of them, but one stands out. It's called arnica. It says in here that arnica flourishes after a wildfire. It definitely looks like it's flourishing. Wow, what was that? I'm gonna find out what that was. There he is. It's a woodpecker. Glad I brought a field guide. That's it. It's a black-backed woodpecker. He has 3 toes, some yellow on his head, and a black back. Go figure, but it's definitely the right bird. It says here that these birds are hard to find anywhere than a burned forest. I wonder if that's why he has a black back, so he can blend in with the burned trees. I wonder why he only likes burned forests. What's that sound? I think it's coming from in here. Ew, what was that thing? Looked like a larvae of something. That's it. It must be the larvae of one of these wood-eating beetles. It says here that Melanophila beetles are attracted to forest fires because they can only lay their eggs in burned trees. These trees do seem to be burned. It says they have little infrared sensors on their sides that can detect fire from over 100 miles away. Wow, that's cool. It's that woodpecker again. So that's why he's here. He's eating the beetle larvae. I get it. The woodpecker's here because of the beetles, and the beetles are here because of the fire. They both need the fire for their life cycles. We know the beetles have special sensors to find fires. How do the woodpeckers do it? When I get home, I'm going to have to read more about them. Wow, that's got to be a toad. Look at all that bumpy skin. He's got horizontal pupils and brown bumps. That must be a boreal toad. Don't you think this is a strange place for an amphibian? But instead of me doing all the work, why don't you find out the boreal toad story for yourself? I used to think a burned forest was a ruined forest. I never realized how many plants and animals depend on it. Why don't you check out a place you think is devoid of life? Like a hot and dry desert, the depths of a murky pond, or even a vacant city lot. Plants and animals are specially adapted to live in many different environments. I bet you'd be as surprised as I was when I first came here. All you need is a couple field guides, be present, and observant.
Hi, you saw me explore a recently burned forest. My dad took me there to see how a forest could rebuild itself. We saw some pretty amazing stuff. But remember, when you go exploring, always be safe, alert, and take an adult with you.
Is devoid of life. I have to start over.
No, that's fine.
Hey, look! Just a second, sorry.
You just disappeared. That was so cool.
This film is brought to you by 4-H, America's largest youth development organization. In collaboration with Montana State University and Terrapod.